Question number 4, Honourable Willow Jean Prime.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. My question is to the Lead Coordination Minister for the Government's response to the Royal Commission's report into historical abuse in state care and in the care of faith-based institutions, and asks, what are the responsibilities and duties of the Lead Coordination Minister for the Government's response to the Royal Commission's report into historical abuse in state care and in the care of faith-based institutions?
Honourable Erica Stanford.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, my responsibilities as the Lead Coordination Minister for the Government's response to the Royal Commission include working with the 11 relevant ministers across 17 areas to ensure that they are aware of the recommendations relevant to their portfolio, chairing the ministerial group that was established to help drive and coordinate the Crown response, and coordinating at a high level advice to Cabinet as to the different aspects of our response, how they fit together, and who the responsible ministers are. The coordination role is not a specific portfolio. I'm not responsible for other ministers' portfolios, their work programs, or the decisions that they take. Those are matters for them.
Supplementary. Is she responsible for ensuring the Government's actions are consistent with the recommendations of the Royal Commission? And if she is not, then who is?
Mr. Speaker, as the Lead Coordination Minister, it is my responsibility to draw ministers' attention to the recommendations that are relevant to their portfolio. It is then for the relevant ministers or Cabinet's responsibility to take those decisions.
Supplementary. Is she responsible for meeting the Royal Commission's recommendation 131, which states that a response to each recommendation should be published within 4 months of the Royal Commission's report being tabled in Parliament on the 24th of July 2024? And will she meet this recommendation?
Madam Speaker, that is one of the recommendations that is being considered by the group that I lead. And we will report back in time.
Supplementary. What does it say about her coordination and the Government's response when the Government is doing things contrary to the Royal Commission's recommendations, like repealing Section 7AA and legislating for failed boot camps?
Mr. Speaker, Cabinet has taken decision. Sorry, Madam Speaker.
It's okay, you focus on your answer, don't worry about me.
Madam Speaker, Cabinet has taken decisions on these matters and I stand by the decisions, and I direct the member to the order paper where the relevant ministers for the bill are provided.
Supplementary. How can survivors have any faith in a government that has a Lead Coordination Minister with no responsibility for making sure other ministers' actions are consistent with the Royal Commission's findings and recommendations?
Well, Madam Speaker, they can have confidence because there are a number of things that this government has undertaken since the report has been tabled, and I'd like to draw that member's attention to one of those, because this government had the courage to acknowledge that the torture of young people that took place at Lake Alice was in fact torture, a finding that was found by the UN under the previous government's watch that they did nothing about.